Greetings, yogis, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Nataki with Well Balanced Bodies, Holistic Health and Wellness Studio, where we practice mindfulness with movement, breath, and massage. So today we're going to be doing a mobility practice focusing on our spine. We're going to be using some myofascial release techniques with a tennis ball as well as some yoga stretching asanas. So if you want to grab a tennis ball, I have my tennis ball here, or you can use a lacrosse ball, even a golf ball, or even if you have a massage ball, whatever you have handy. So make sure that it has enough give so that you're able to apply your body weight on there. All right, so grab your ball and let's get started. So we're going to start at the top of our mats, and I'm going to actually face this way so you can see what I'm doing. Let's start with some stretching. We're going to do some spinal stretches. Just start with your feet hip distance apart, rounding all four corners into the earth, into the mat. Spine nice and long. We'll start out with our mountain pose. Maybe palms face forward. Starting to connect with the breath. Taking deep belly breaths in through the nose. And exhale, belly to spine, out through the nose. Let's do 2 more deep belly breaths in and out through the nose. On the next inhale, start to lift the arms up overhead. Reaching tall, lengthening through the spine. And you can reach one arm, then the other. Elongating through the spine. Stretching through the side body, mini side body stretch. Breathing as you move. And you want to come into stillness. Inhale, reach. Exhale, palms down. You can start to bend the knees as you bring the palms down, face down. And then inhale, palms face up, arms up. Exhale, palms down, arms down. Inhale, palms up. So we're bending the knees as we bring the palms down, and we're straightening the knees as we lift up. On the exhale, go ahead and bring the arms, palms down. Let's take the feet as wide as the hips, or maybe just a bit wider. I'm going to start to do some twists, just moving the upper body, just creating mobility in that spine as we rock left to right. And you can even let the palms hit the lower back, the kidneys, just stimulating the kidneys so that they activate and start to help release toxins. Breathing as you move. And just move as fluid as you can, just letting the arms hang heavy, moving with breath. And you want to come to center, back to stillness. Let's bring the feet together as we inhale, palms up. On the exhale, swan dive it down. So hinge from the hips, bending the knees, belly to thighs. And we're going to grasp either elbows with the palms, having the knees slightly bent, rocking left to right, just getting into that lower back. You can even move the head up and down, left to right, just moving with breath, doing what feels good, getting that tension to melt as you breathe and move. And when you're ready, come to stillness. Release those palms, maybe plant them down if you're able. You're going to start to tuck the chin towards the chest and start to drag those palms up the shins, past the knees. Shoulders come down as you bring the gaze forward. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it down. Tucking the chin towards the chest, slowly rise. Letting those shoulders round. Head comes up last. Once more. Inhale. Reach towards the heavens. Exhale. Swan dive down. Inhale, slowly round, keeping that chin tucked. And then head and gaze comes up last. Great. So now that we've done a little spinal stretch standing, we're going to come down onto our hands and knees. Coming to a flat back. Do some cat-cows. As we inhale, start to drop that belly, gazes forward, tailbone is skyward. Exhale, really push the palms into the earth, all 10 fingers as we round that tailbone, curving the spine, chin to chest. Exhale, cat. Inhale, dropping that belly to cow, gazes forward, tailbone is skyward. Exhale, round, starting with that tailbone, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Let's do that twice more, moving with breath. So we're leading with the tailbone. And exhale. Just noticing where you feel tension or tightness along the spine. And when you're ready, let's come into that flat back. We're going to bring the two big toes together. Start to bring that tailbone towards the heels and walk the palms towards the front of the mat, bringing the head down, coming into our child's pose. Exhale, breathing here. We can stay into stillness or even rock the hips left to right, getting a little bit more into that lower back. You can even start to walk those fingers a little closer to the front of the mat, stretching the upper body, head, neck, and shoulders. You can rock the head too if that feels good, left to right, getting into the neck. And when you're ready, come to stillness. We're going to inhale, send the gaze towards the top of the mat, tent the fingers, and start to walk the palms to the right. Planting the palms, we're going to take that left palm over right and start to bring the hip, that left hip towards the left heel. Stretching into the side body, breathing here. Exhale. Let's take 2 breaths in and out through the nose. When you're ready, unstack the palms and start to bring them back to center. Here for a breath, bringing that head down, reaching those fingertips towards the top of the mat, tailbone towards the heels. On the next inhale, bring that gaze up, tenting the fingers, this time walking the palms to the left, as far left as you feel comfortable. Just getting into that right side body. We're going to take that left palm over right. As we inhale and exhale, bring that right hip towards the right heel. Breathing into that right side body. Next inhale, unstack the palms, walking them back to center. Head onto the mat or forehead onto the mat as we melt down. Exhale, back to our child's pose. Planting the palms firmly. We're going to take a deep breath in, bringing the body forward, bringing the shoulders over the wrist, bringing that, tucking that tailbone. Inhale, opening up through the chest. Exhale, push into the palms, bringing the tailbone back to the heels, back to our child's pose. Breathing as we move. So inhale, bringing as we curve the spine just a bit, bringing the shoulders over the wrist, tucking that tailbone, open up through the chest, heart opener. Exhale, round, and bring that tailbone back towards the heels. Let's do that twice more. Inhale. Come up. And then start to drop the belly, open up the heart. Push into the palms, using that core strength to bring that tailbone back. Tailbone to heels, child's pose. Once more, inhale. And we're going to stay here for a breath. Go ahead and bring the feet so the toes point towards the end of the mat. Dropping that belly, gazes forward, breathing here, opening up through the front line. Exhale, push into the palms as we bring the tailbone back. Sitting back onto our heels. We're here for a breath. Good. On the next inhale, start to walk the palms towards the body. Head sits up last. We're going to go ahead and bring our legs directly out in front of us. And we're going to start to come onto our backs. This is where we need the tennis ball, massage ball, golf ball, whatever, lacrosse ball, whatever ball you have handy. I'm going to place it on our trap, so the top of the trap. So that's where the bra strap is. If you feel that indentation between your shoulder and your clavicle here, just come directly behind that. That's the top of the traps. And that's typically where we hold a lot of tension. So just showing you where that is. Placing that tennis ball there. So we're going to come down onto our backs with that tennis ball right on the top of the trap. And just noticing how that feels. Just letting the body rest over the top of the traps. You may feel a little discomfort or some tension. And as you breathe, you may feel that tension kind of release. Just having the weight, the body weight on the ball, just pinning that area. So you can have your knees bent, feet flat on the ground as you do this. Just taking a couple of deep breaths. Breathing here. And on the next inhale, start to lift that right arm overhead, going as slow as you can. Feeling how the muscle, that trap, just rolls over the tennis ball. Just bring it overhead, as far overhead as you can. And exhale, let it release. And do that again, bringing that arm back down by your side. You can even rotate the wrist. Just noticing how that sensation feels. We're going to inhale, bring it up again. Exhale, release it down. This time we're going to draw circles with the arms. So inhale, bring it out, up, and then exhale, bring it across the body and down. So just drawing circles clockwise. Again, going as slow as you can, feeling that muscle against the ball, and then you can go the opposite direction, noticing how that feels. You can even just go across the body, just playing with the movement and back out like a T, or just maybe even up and down. Just noticing how that movement feels, how it relates to the muscle. Now we're going to take the ball and actually bring it just below the head and neck. So right where the head and neck meets. So you'll feel that indentation just below your head, that little pocket there. You can fit the ball there. And just let the weight of the head just lie over the ball and notice how that feels. Breathing here. And we're going to start to add movement. So slowly bring the head to the right. Just letting the ball roll. So going as slow as possible helps to keep that ball from rolling away. And then maybe going to the left just a bit. And the slower you go, the more you'll feel that pin and stretch. And that release of the muscle. So playing with that motion, going left to right slowly. And then you could even move it down just a bit. Slowly moving slightly left to right. Just keeping the ball on the back of the neck. Never on the side where your carotid artery is. You don't want to touch that area. That's a no. Just getting into those muscles there on the back of the neck. You can just, again, just keep moving down. Even tuck your chin towards your chest. Move up. Notice how that sensation feels against the muscle. So not only cross fiber, we're going against the fiber of the muscle, going up and down. Just breathing as you move, noticing how it feels as you move that ball down. So we're back on the tracks, the top of the tracks. Just holding there for a breath. Now this time we're going to involve the feet and the hips to allow that ball to move. So as you tuck your hips, lifting your hips, the tailbone up, you can kind of roll that ball down and go ahead and do that round and tuck motion with the hips. So bringing the hips forward, inhale and exhale, tucking the hips. Just rolling up and down. So you can do like a 1/2 inch at a time. And then you can use your opposite palm to just roll the ball down. So we're directly beside the spine, beside the shoulder blade. So in between the shoulder blade and the spine, just kind of going directly along that shoulder, the outside of the shoulder blade. Again, just moving those hips forward and back as we roll that ball along the outside of the spine and along the shoulder blade. So not only forward and back, but we could also go left to right, going across, but never directly on the spine, just noticing how that feels. And just following it down the spine. So the middle of the shoulder blade, again going up and down. And then just below the shoulder blade, the ribs, up and down. Go mid-back. You can even kind of scoop the body. You're on the mid-back if you're unable to reach with the other palm. Again, forward and back. side to side. You could even just stay in stillness, just noticing where you feel tightness or tension, and what areas you feel need a little bit more love. Spend a little bit more time there. So you can go all the way down to the lower back. So we're on the low back here. You can even start to lift the lower back. So we're applying pressure on the heels, just stabilizing that ball, going left to right or up and down, using the heels to stabilize the ball. Awesome. So even going down towards the sacrum, and just maybe holding it there. So just at the hips, the waistline, the belt line. Just holding it there for a breath. And then maybe drawing circles. That feels good. With the hips, left to right. You can even go as far as the top of the glutes, getting in there. And of course, to keep balanced, you want to do the other side. So same thing, starting with the traps, placing the ball there on that left side, holding for a breath, and going all the way down the outside of the spine, the outside of the shoulder blade. Just moving up and down, left to right, going as slow as you can, focusing on those areas that need a little bit more love, just applying pressure there, breathing and moving. So when you've done both sides, we're going to take the knees in towards the chest, hug them tight, inhale. On the exhale, start to bring the forehead towards the knees, coming into a ball. A nice spinal stretch. And exhale, release. We're going to release both feet down onto the mat and the earth. Let's inhale, take that right knee in towards the chest, hug it in. Let's draw circles with the knee, opening up the hip. And draw circles the opposite way. And then going to use that left palm to guide the right knee over towards the left as we look right for a nice twist. Breathing here for a couple of breaths. Allowing those muscles to relax. Again, twists are great for detoxifying the spine. That is our focus for the day. On the next inhale, use that core to bring the knee back to center. Hug it in once more. Inhale, exhale, release. Let's take that left knee in as we hug it in. And then draw circles, opening up the hip a bit. Noticing how it feels. We're going to hug it in once more, taking that right palm, using it to guide the left knee towards the right as we look left. Breathing here. One more breath. Next inhale, bring the knee back to center. And exhale, release. Awesome. Let's bend both knees. And then taking the feet together. Bring the feet up. Using the palms on the outside edge of the feet. And then taking one foot, the sole of the foot up towards the sky. Then the other coming into our happy baby. So making sure that the lower back is pressed against the earth. So nice and flat. And we can rock left to right if that feels good, or just stay in stillness and drawing those knees towards the shoulders. Breathing here. Resetting that lower back. Again, moving left to right, staying in stillness, doing what feels good for your body today. You can even extend one leg, then the other, if that feels good. Getting into the hamstrings. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring the knees together. We're going to do a little butterfly circle. So exhale, bring the knees out. And inhale, extend them forward. And in. Exhale out. Extend them forward. Inhale, bring them in. Let's go the opposite way. So extend the arms, bring the knees out, away from the body. And then in. Just drawing circles with the knees, keeping the feet together. Opening up the lower back as well as the hips. And then we can go ahead and place the feet down. Extend one leg at a time, letting the feet fall open. Palms by your side, face up, coming into Savasana. Just letting the whole body, the spine reset. Let's take a deep belly breath in through the nose and exhale it out. And start to bring the feet together, toes together. Pointing those toes. On the next inhale, bring the arms up overhead, acting as if someone was stretching you from either end. Take a deep breath in, reaching towards the other side of the room. Pointing those feet, reaching overhead. Inhale. And exhale, release the palms, arms down by your side, letting the feet fall open, palms face up, just letting the body be supported by the mat. Focusing back to that belly breath, deep breath in and out through the nose, noticing how the body feels. After all the work we did, releasing the tension in the muscles, elongating those muscles. Hopefully you feel nice and stretched out, elongated through those spine, that spine. Keeping the spine nice and mobile, a healthy spine is so important. Take one more breath in and out through the nose. And when you're ready, you can come to either side, left or right, into a fetal position. And then carefully coming back up into a comfortable seat. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose here. Growing tall as we inhale, elongating through that spine. Once more, shoulders away from the ears. Let's start to take the arms up overhead. One more side body stretch as we reach the arms. Stretching one arm, then the other, up towards the heavens. Coming into stillness, inhale, maybe gazing towards the fingers. Exhale, palms together, thumbs to heart center, closing our practice, thanking ourselves for showing up for ourselves, for self-care. And I thank you for allowing me to be your guide on this wellness journey. Thank you so much. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Till next time, take care.